the on Cloudvista neutral trail running shoe in the studio. But where did it go, everybody? Where is the on Cloudvista? I do apologize, a slight miscoordination. It's getting its photos taken and a little rendition in the white box, so no on Cloudvista. I don't have it with me, is what I'm trying to say. It's not here, but I got the notes, all right? Got the mental notes, the notes written down, so I will get you the full review. That's right there on your screen. There is the mileage. I think it was over 30 miles we took it to, so good solid testing here in the trails, on the trails of Colorado. All right, here we go. 7mm drop, all right? Couldn't quite nail down that exact stack height. Maybe it's because of the CloudTec knowledge. If we find it, we'll put it on the screen right now in the title. But it is a 7mm drop for a neutral trail running shoe. Everybody, there is the women's size 8, men's size 9, and I cannot. I'll turn on the weight scale just for the heck of it, even though I can't put it on. But in my size, it's coming in at 9.2 ounces, which is, it's not awesome, but it's not horrible either. Actually, if we have time, we'll put some other neutral trail shoes that I've tested recently. Like I'm thinking of, the Saucony Endorphin Edge. There it is right now. The weight for the and the score as well. Saucony Endorphin Edge. I think it was like 8.2 ounces, 8.3 ounces. Awesome. All right, I'm just gonna say right now, Saucony Endorphin Edge, it's gonna sell out in 2022, everybody. All right, the upper material for the on Cloudvista, 70% recycled polyester mesh, all right? Just a smidge thin with the laces. That was one of my notes that I took down. Okay, there's my lockdown score. Felt fine, but not awesome. I don't know, I think part of it also is the thickness of the tongue. All right, just need a little more padding, especially for the longer trail runs when you're out there. And the laces, after a while, I have found you can start to feel them, especially if you're doing some pretty serious, which I'm doing here in Colorado in the mountains. If you're doing some pretty serious vertical gain, those laces after mile 8, 10, 12, 15 out on the trails, you start to feel things a little bit more when your feet start to get tired out there. Overall score standard at 7.5. Midsole, it's what they call their Helion midsole. It's a blend of EVA and this olefin block copolymer, all right? This foam, it's 7mm drop, as I already mentioned, and this Helion foam, it's a super foam that's combined with their CloudTec. It's basically the holes, you know what I call the holes in the midsole, where you can literally see right through the midsole all the way through. And the theory is that these holes, this cushioning technology, is supposed to provide a little more forgiveness under step. Now, the on cloud, oh boy, the purple monster, what was, not the, there it is on your screen right now. Why can I not think it? Not the Vista, the on cloud boom. Anyway, the big purple monster, that has been the best. Now that's a road shoe, but the best on shoe that I have tested ever with respect to the durometer for the on midsole technology. I was hoping for just a little more forgiveness under step, so that's why it's getting 5 out of 10. Just not as soft as I was hoping with that CloudTec technology. There's the overall score as well. Outsole, it's this mission grip rubber with 3, okay, this is important. And I was actually expecting rocks to get stuck in the outsole. Didn't happen for me. Good news, because that's a pretty big concern if you're always having to stop every 2 miles and pull rocks. And then look at this outsole. I mean, that outsole is just screaming for rocks to get stuck. It didn't happen, all right? So take note, 3mm drop. Good job on liking the midsole, or sorry, the outsole grip quite a bit there. Fit, true to size, no issues. Oh yeah, one little note I had was a little loose in the toe box. And again, for, you know, the climbing, the vertical gain, and also the downhill, but especially when I'm really trying to dig into the mountainside, I want to make sure that I'm really not, that's why I do struggle a little bit with ultra for me personally out there on the aggressive trails. Buffed out trails, undulating hills that are not too crazy. Maybe you live near a park that just has risers, but not climbing. You know, there's different types of uphill work that you can do in the summer trail running season. And for me in Colorado, I'm often climbing big mountains, and so I don't like to be swimming around that toe box at all. So just a little loose there, which is why the fit is a 6 out of 10. Comfort, again, 6 out of 10, mostly because of the midsole. Positive is that heel counter, okay? Check this out. Here's the heel counter. I felt secure. I loved it. Felt comfortable. Not too stout, but also not too flimsy, not too loosey-goosey through that heel counter. So that was my positive for the on Cloudvista. And my number one drawback, this is a little tough, but I went with a thin tongue. Just, again, combined with those laces, it just, I just wanted a little more something through that tongue. So a lot of companies are doing a thin tongue coupled with a little bit of extra padding built into the tongue, which I kind of like a lot. Actually, I just started testing the Nike Terra Kiger 8, and they did some pretty interesting design work with that Terra Kiger 8 tongue. So anyway, just a little thin there through the tongue. Durability prediction, we're going 400 miles, all right? Standard score, 7.5 out of 10. How would I use this shoe moving forward? Short trail runs, 3 to 6 miles, maybe 8 miles, all right? So that 3 to 6 mile range is really how I would be using this shoe moving forward. And that price point coming in at $140, okay, for a trail shoe, for on, you know, it's actually not too shabby. All right, $140, we'll take it, 7 out of 10. I'm really glad it's not $150, and it would be much more enticing to pick up at that $130 price point, but $140 we will take it, considering what's going on around the world with the supply chain issues. Other shoes to buy on your screen. All right, soak it in. Out of all 4 of those, boy, I'd probably go Ultra Glide for sure. It's kind of a different animal, but anyway, Salomon Ultra Glide would be my number 1 pick from those 4 options. And the on Cloudvista shoe, quick spec, soak it in one more time. 70% recycled polyester mono mesh, Helion midsole, and that Mission grip rubber on the outsole, coupled with 3mm lug depth. Didn't make it in the 7s. 6.75. It is what it is. You know, just keep testing. I think a lot of it does come down, I don't know, a little, yeah, just maybe trying to be a little too lean in the upper. All right, that's kind of what I'm gathering from the scores that I gave out for that upper. So bottom line, on Cloudvista, would I pick it up again? Probably not, but it's a good, you know, shoe to be looking forward to in the future if they can just soften up. Oh yeah, also that durometer, soften up that durometer a little bit moving forward for future iterations. All right, comment of the day goes out to Scott Reedon. Here we go. Great channel. I have watched it for years. Thank you, Scott. My current long run shoe for the road is the Hoka Clifton. Interesting. I wonder which one you're talking. Maybe you say here. I first tried the 6, then 7. For trail, I have 2 that I love. The first is the Speedgoat 4 and 5, and the second is the La Sportiva Mutant. We don't often hear about La Sportiva, so that's good to hear, Scott. While not as cushioned as the Speedgoat 4, they offer superior grip, very true, and much higher durability, build quality, 100%. Absolutely loving everything, including smooth wet rocks and a better toe bumper. The bumper on the Speedgoat 4 is next to non-existent. That's interesting. Excellent channel. I love your honesty. Keep them coming, Seth. Oh, Scott, you are welcome. Thanks for tuning in for so long. Again, everybody, profound apologies for not having the Cloudvista here, but thankfully I had good notes and just recent memory. Anyway, sometimes coordinating all of this B-roll, it takes a village, everybody, or secret sauce, as we like to say. Question of the day: what's something you've been meaning to try for a long time and you have not gotten around to it yet? Whether it's a piece of running gear or something like an experience. You've been meaning to try the new falafel down the street at a local restaurant, and you just haven't gotten or maybe you've been meaning to try, I don't even know what, fly fishing or whatever the case may be. What is something you've been meaning to try but you just haven't gotten around to it? Onward and upward. Thanks for tuning in on Cloudvista. We'll toss it to I think we have the on running shoe playlist. If not, we'll toss it to the trail running shoe playlist Right here, right here, right here. All right, here we go. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you 2.